Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Let's start with previous day's practice question. The question was, which of the following is or are features of federalism? 1. Powers are divided between the central government and state governments. 2. A written constitution delineates the powers of different levels of government. 3. An independent judiciary interprets and enforces the constitution to resolve disputes between different levels of government. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 only, or 1, 2, and 3. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, and 3. Powers are divided between the central government and state governments, hence statement 1 is correct. A written constitution delineates the powers of different levels of government, hence statement 2 is correct. An independent judiciary interprets and enforces the constitution to resolve disputes between different levels of government, hence statement 3 is correct. Hence option D is the correct answer. Let's start today's session. The first question is, consider the following pairs. Category of drugs. Representative substance. Hallucinogens. Psilocybin. Opioids. Opium. Cannabis. Hashish. How many of the above pairs is or are incorrectly matched? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option D, none. Hallucinogens. These alter perception and emotional states, often causing hallucinations. Psilocybin, found in magic mushrooms, is a classic example of a hallucinogen that impacts brain function by altering serotonin levels. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. Opioids. Known for their pain relieving and euphoric effects, opioids like opium are highly addictive and can lead to significant health and social consequences. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. Cannabis. Hashish, derived from the Cannabis sativa plant, is a concentrated resinous form that impairs cognitive abilities and has addictive potential. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements about the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Food Processing. 1. It is constituted under the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Lok Sabha. 2. It consists of 21 members from the Lok Sabha and 10 members from the Rajya Sabha. 3. Recently, it declined to provide a legal guarantee for the minimum support price. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2, and 3? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. PSU in Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Food Processing assist Parliament in reviewing and overseeing policies, legislation, and issues related to agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing industries. It is constituted under Rule 331C of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Lok Sabha. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It has 31 members, 21 from Lok Sabha nominated by the Speaker and 10 from Rajya Sabha nominated by the Chairman. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The chairperson of the committee is appointed by the Speaker from amongst the members of the committee from Lok Sabha. Recently, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Food Processing tabled its first report on demands for grants of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare in the 18th Lok Sabha. It recommended providing a legal guarantee on minimum support price. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, regarding India's defense exports, consider the following statements. 1. In 2023-24, India's top 3 defense export destinations were the USA, France, and Armenia. 2. India exported the first set of BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles to Vietnam. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Currently, India exports to over 100 nations, with the top 3 destinations for defense exports in 2023-24 being the USA, France, and Armenia. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Key items in India's defense exports. First, BrahMos missiles. India delivered the first batch of BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles to the Philippines following a USD 375 million deal for 3 shore-based anti-ship missile batteries. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Second, Dornier 228 aircraft. India exports the Dornier 228 aircraft, a versatile and reliable aircraft for defense and civilian applications, to various countries. Third, Akash missile system. The Akash air defense missile system, including its variant Akash 1S, has been a major export, with Armenia being the first international customer. Fourth, Pinaka. Pinaka multi-launch rocket systems have been exported, with Armenia being a significant buyer. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements about pangolins. 1. All species of pangolins are found exclusively in Asia. 2. In India, both the Indian pangolin and the Chinese pangolin are protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Pangolins are the most trafficked mammals with high demand for their meat and scales in Asia and Africa, primarily for use in traditional medicine to treat ailments like rheumatism, arthritis, and skin conditions. There are 8 species of pangolins found across 2 continents: Africa, black-bellied pangolin, white-bellied pangolin, giant ground pangolin, and Temminck's ground pangolin. In Asia, Indian pangolin, Chinese pangolin, Philippine pangolin, and the Sunda pangolin. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The conservation status of these species ranges from vulnerable to critically endangered. Trade of pangolins is banned under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, and they are listed in Appendix 1 of the IUCN Red List, indicating they are threatened with extinction. In India, the Indian and Chinese pangolins are listed under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, prohibiting exploitation. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next, regarding the National Mission on Natural Farming, consider the following statements. 1. It aims to promote natural farming as a standalone sector scheme under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. 2. The mission is designed to support farmers to reduce input cost of cultivation and dependency to externally purchased inputs. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The Government of India has launched the National Mission on Natural Farming to promote natural farming in mission mode across the country as a standalone centrally sponsored scheme under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The scheme has a total outlay of Rs 2,481 crore till the 15th Finance Commission. NF follows local agroecological principles rooted in local knowledge, location-specific technologies, and is evolved as per the local agroecology. NMNF aims at promoting NF practices for providing safe and nutritious food for all. The mission is designed to support farmers to reduce input cost of cultivation and dependency to externally purchased inputs. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements. 1. India's share of the global economy is around 4%. 2. India's share in global goods exports is more than 10%. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. India's GDP is roughly $4 trillion, while global GDP is a little more than $100 trillion. That means that India's share of the global economy is around 4%. Hence, statement 1 is correct. But its share in global goods exports is much smaller, less than 2%. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Last fiscal year, inward FDI was only $66 billion, exactly the same as it was back in 2019-20. Only about 1/5 of this total was in manufacturing. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding the India State of Forest Report 2023. 1. The ISFR is brought out by the Forest Survey of India on a biennial basis since 1987. 2. The forest and tree cover of the country is 21.76% of the geographical area of the country. 3. Lakshadweep has the highest percentage of forest cover with respect to total geographical area. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. The ISFR is brought out by the Forest Survey of India on a biennial basis since 1987. The India State of Forest Report 2023 is 18th such report in the series. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Major findings include the forest and tree cover of the country is 8,27,357 square kilometer, which is 25.17% of the geographical area of the country, consisting of 7,15,343 square kilometer as forest cover and 1,12,014 square kilometer as tree cover. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Top 4 states showing maximum increase in forest and tree cover are Chhattisgarh, followed by Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, and Rajasthan. Top 3 states showing maximum increase in forest cover are Mizoram, followed by Gujarat and Odisha. Area-wise, top 3 states having largest forest and tree cover are Madhya Pradesh, followed by Arunachal Pradesh and Maharashtra. In terms of percentage of forest cover with respect to total geographical area, Lakshadweep has the highest forest cover, followed by Mizoram and Andaman and Nicobar Island. Hence, statement 3 is correct. The total mangrove cover is 4,992 square kilometer in the country. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding various instruments of monetary policy. 1. Bank rate is the rate at which the RBI is ready to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial papers. 2. Statutory liquidity ratio is the average daily balance that a bank is required to maintain with the Reserve Bank as a share of notified percent of its net demand and time liabilities. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Various instruments of monetary policy are repo rate, the interest rate at which the Reserve Bank provides overnight liquidity to banks against the collateral of government and other approved securities under the liquidity adjustment facility. Reverse repo rate, the interest rate at which the Reserve Bank absorbs liquidity on an overnight basis from banks against the collateral of eligible government securities under the LAF. Bank rate, it is the rate at which the RBI is ready to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial papers. The bank rate is published under Section 49 of the RBI Act 1934. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Cash reserve ratio, the average daily balance that a bank is required to maintain with the Reserve Bank as a share of such percent of its net demand and time liabilities that a Reserve Bank may notify from time to time in the Gazette of India. Statutory liquidity ratio, the share of NDTL that a bank is required to maintain in safe and liquid assets, such as unencumbered government securities, cash, and gold. Changes in SLR often influence the availability of resources in the banking system for lending to the private sector. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statements accurately describes Operation Sankalp, a military operation conducted by India to neutralize terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, an initiative by the Indian Navy to safeguard maritime trade routes and ensure the safety of Indian vessels from potential threats in the Strait of Hormuz, a diplomatic mission to promote trade relations between India and the Maldives, or an airstrike operation launched by India targeting militant camps along the Myanmar border. The correct answer is option B. The Indian Navy has launched Operation Sankalp in the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman as a measure to assure the safety and security of the Indian vessels. After the attacks on merchant ships in the Gulf of Oman in June 2019, Indian Navy had commenced maritime security operations codenamed Op Sankalp in the Gulf of region to ensure safe passage of Indian flag vessels transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. Hence, option B is the correct answer. The last question is, consider the following statements. 1. They are black and white seabirds that somewhat resemble penguins in appearance and are among the most plentiful seabirds in Alaska. 2. They are the deepest diving bird in the northern hemisphere, diving up to 600 feet deep. 3. Their IUCN status is least concern. Which of the following birds best matches the above description? Common murex, hummingbirds, columbidae, or finches? The correct answer is option A, common murex. Common murex are black and white seabirds that somewhat resemble penguins in appearance and are among the most plentiful seabirds in Alaska. They are the deepest diving bird in the northern hemisphere, diving up to 600 feet deep. Their IUCN status is least concern. A marine heat wave nicknamed the Blob killed 4 million of Alaska's common murex seabirds between 2014 and 2016. This was the largest documented die-off of a single species of wild bird or mammal. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements regarding agreement on the application of sanitary and phytosanitary measures. 1. The SPS agreement effective from 1995 focuses on the application of food safety and animal and plant health regulations. 2. It encourages governments to align their national measures with international standards, guidelines, and recommendations, a process known as standardization. 3. The WTO creates these standards and facilitates their implementation through participation in other international bodies. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? Send the answer to this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.